The Mario movie has been out for over 2 weeks now, and if you've seen it, then you know why fans of the franchise are holding it in pretty high regard. Great animation, a beautiful score of classic tracks, a ton of Easter egg references for the Mario connoisseur, and Seth Rogen laughing as a giant gorilla. And while the movie got frankly terrible reception from critics who probably don't even play video games, the film is seeing huge numbers at the box office, clocking in over $700 million so far at the time of this video, and it begs the question, where can you take this film's success from here? $700 million for an animated movie is quite the feat, and to achieve this number in 2 weeks pretty much guarantees that this film will be joining the billion-dollar club, especially when you consider that this movie hasn't even released in Japan yet, which will be a massive demographic to contribute to its success. If you look at the top 10 highest grossing animated movies of all time, it's no surprise to see that Disney dominates this list. But what is surprising is that Illumination actually holds 2 of these spots, with Minions and Despicable Me 3, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to continue on this trend by making Mario into their next big franchise of films. Given the IP itself, and the fact that they apparently want to introduce more of this world, given the post-credits of the Mario movie, it's pretty much expected at this point that we're getting a sequel. But just how far can they take this? Seeing as this movie is having Disney levels of success, I'd say they're going to want to take it pretty far. I guess adding Sora and Smash bless Nintendo with the theatrical magic of Disney or some shit. We've all seen the success of the comic book movie formula. The MCU and DCU have been so prevalent in modern media that a lot of people say it's honestly overkill. But for loyal legions of fans, they can't get enough content from these franchises. Now, of course, I'm not saying everything has to take the MCU route, but if you're a movie executive, you definitely want to take the MCU route if what you have is popular enough. And Illumination has that with Mario and Nintendo. A cinematic universe of these characters could certainly generate a ton of profit, with IPs like Zelda, Metroid, and Pokemon just laying there for the taking. Personally, I'm not sure if I would want to see all that though. A Mario sequel would be great, but creating an overarching universe with all these characters seems like it would be a daunting task for a studio like Illumination to pull off. Especially because my biggest gripe with the Mario movie was a weak story and plot. So I don't really see them being the best choice to create a large-scale narrative that blends all these IPs together in a cohesive way. Of course, what I'm speaking of is most likely the inevitable outcome, much like Thanos in the MCU. But who knows what will happen, or how long it will take to develop. We'll see where it goes from here. But in the meantime, just watch Subspace Emissary cutscenes if you're looking for a Nintendo character crossover story. Another thing I found pretty hilarious about the Mario movie's success is that musically it's also moved into the Billboard Top 100 with Jack Black's song Peaches. This song is also rumored to get Oscar nominations, and I think that's awesome. This was one of the peak highlights of the movie, and I think Illumination cracked another code here. Having Jack Black in your cast is like a cheat code, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a follow-up song in a sequel, as this track is clearly generating some revenue as well. It just goes to show that if you take a fun IP, get fun people working on it, and do fun things with it, it's gonna work out in your favor. So in that regard, I do have a lot of faith in Illumination moving forward with this franchise. Again, I'm not sure if I would want them to have the keys to the entire Nintendo kingdom, but as far as Mario goes, they've certainly earned the right to make that their next big franchise. It's an exciting time for video game fans who for decades expected nothing but mediocrity from video game adaptations, and now get to enjoy new expectations from great franchises like Sonic and Mario on the big screen. I love this new era of cinema, and the future is looking bright for all of us as consumers. So, what did you guys think of the Mario movie and its success? And furthermore, about the possibility of a Nintendo cinematic universe. Would you want one, or do you think it's unnecessary? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day, deuces! Bro, I can't believe how crazy that post-credits scene was, when Link appeared dual-wielding the Monado and Buster Sword? And revealing Tom Nook was mind-controlling Bowser the entire time to orchestrate his capitalistic agenda on the Mushroom Kingdom? But Lil Mac punching Nook square in the face with the Infinity Gauntlet was a bit too much in my opinion.